All right. You can let me go live.
Even when I'm on
The hell is that?
This is crazy. There we go. Let's try again.
All right, everybody! We are back with yet another episode of the Alpha Male Show. What's going on there, everybody? My boy Adam in the house. Adam will be performing at the infamous Alpha Male Club on March. Hang on, I got him right here. On March the 16th. Looking forward to working with him. Joe in the house, Nicole, what's going on, everybody? Paul, Mikey, Johnny, Erwin, everybody, it's good to see you. Now that the whole neighborhood knows it's going to rain, Ralph, can we go to bed? Hopefully people caught that. How's everybody doing? Good to be back here. We got a lot going on, I'll be honest with you, though, I had no idea what I was going to do today because I completely forgot it was Thursday and I had a show. But fortunately, we got a bunch of stuff going on. Let's start with the infamous possibility. I don't know how the rest of the country is going, but I know here in New Jersey, we are going to be hit with anywhere between 1 inch and 12 inches of snow. How inaccurate can the weather forecasters be, these stupid son of a bitches? Anywhere, well, you might get 1 to 3, or you might get 8 to 5, you might get 12 to 14. You don't know anything, do yous? You don't have a clue. You incompetent bastards. Why don't you just come out and say, listen, we really don't know. We're kind of guessing. We think it might be going on. It might happen. It might not. We don't really know. We're not sure. Just say we don't know. Say we don't know anything. We know there's a storm out there somewhere. It could be coming this way. Get some bread. Okay? What the hell is wrong with you people? You weather forecasters are the worst. I've never seen anybody be able to get everything in their job 100% completely wrong, turn around and go, oops, sorry. It's friggin' awful. Anyway, that's what I'm talking about. We started a little late today. We had some issues in the studio. We were getting all ready. We were just about ready, about 5 minutes before showtime, and everything shut off. Gene found a loose wire and apparently decided it was a good time to tug on it. Say, oh, this wire looks loose. He tugged on it. Everything shut off. Computers off. The whole radio station shut down. Everything's off, shut off, done, down, not working. And the only thing left was me and a light. That's it. It was one light left. Everything was shut off. It was terrible. Dave Odd in the house. Alice in the house. What's going on? Alice, Brian, you got way too many F's in your first name. Fix that. And you were supposed to send me out a video. I haven't seen a video yet there, Brian. So we don't want to update this thing. The whole computer wants to update now. Amazing. Every time my show comes on, this computer wants to do all its updates. As soon as this show's over, I'm going to update everything on this friggin' laptop. Everyone complains that this laptop doesn't work. Of course it doesn't work. No one does any updates on it. We have an entire engineering crew in this place. We got 3 owners, 15 engineers. We got 8 friggin' interns. No one knows how to update a laptop. I'm going to have to do it. It's been going on for weeks. Holy cow. Hey, let's talk about. I was going to jump on something, but I'm going to wait because I'm waiting. I'm waiting for someone to dive into the room, and see what's before. Once they get in, I want to see what happens, because I know they're interested in this, and I don't want to jump the gun on it without them. So I'm going to wait and just wait and see. Video has no sound. Good. I don't want any sound. All right. There we go. Okay, because we're stalling a little here. The Renuses are in the house. What's going on there, Steve? Anybody hear about this Applebee's thing? This actually, it was last night, I believe. Now, four kids, like 19, 20 years old, decide to go to Applebee's, have dinner last night up in Clifton, New Jersey, which, it's Applebee's. It's not the fanciest of restaurants. I got Paul Veneer sending me all kinds of videos. It's like I'm only on the show, Paul. Let's have all these videos pop up and cover up my whole screen. It's fine. Absolutely not a problem. Anyway, as I was saying, these 4 kids go to Applebee's. They decide to pull the old-fashioned dine and dash. Okay, we've all done it as kids. You go into a restaurant, you eat a big meal, and you slip out the door when nobody's looking, and you take off. We've all done it. It's shitty. Me and my friends actually did it, and then we actually felt bad and went back and paid a couple of days later because, well, we're terrible at being criminals, to be honest with you. We're the worst criminals ever. So we went back into the place. We left the bar. We took off. We didn't pay them, and then we came back because we're like, well, we go to this bar all the time, so let's just go back in there and pay them and say we forgot. So we did. They bought it, and we went back again. But anyway, these 4 kids go into Applebee's to dine and dash, and they take off. Now, apparently, they're not the brightest individuals in the world because the one guy got caught walking out the door. Okay, all the staff tackled this kid, and they held him, and they called the cops. Now, here come the cops. There's 3 of them got away, and I don't really know how they managed to get away because the 2 girls got in the car and drove off in the car, and apparently they had this all planned out because the girls were wearing wigs. Hey, Marco's here. What's going on? Shouting out from my whole North Jersey Alliance Football Club family. What's going on, Marco? Good to see you and the whole family. Tell everybody I said hello. So anyway, these 2 girls were wearing wigs. They get pulled over by the cops. The cops catch them on Route 3, which is the highway right there. The cops pull them over, start questioning. The other guy is just wandering around for some unknown reason. He's just wandering around the Clifton Commons parking lot. He's just wandering around in the parking lot where the Applebee's is. The other guy, what's going on, John Kulik? Mike Biddy in the house. Good to see you. This guy's wandering around in the friggin' parking lot somewhere. The cop pulls over the 2 girls. Now he starts questioning them. Now, mind you, all they did was dine and dash. Okay? You grab them, you book them, you say, listen, guys, you got caught. Just go pay Applebee's, and this all goes away, and it's forgotten about. That's what normal people do. This girl apparently panicked when the cop figured out that they were the 2 girls who dined and dashed. The girl panicked and took off with her car, slammed on the gas, and drove away. Hey, Janet, what's going on? Good to see you, Janet. Booked at the Alpha Comedy Club for February 23rd. You're going to want to come out and see that show. If you don't come out and see the 16th, Janet's awesome. Anyway, back to the story. This cop has got his arm and his head still in the car. This girl takes off, hooks the cop, and starts dragging the cop down Route 3. Fortunately, the cop was able to get his arm free and get away from the car without really getting hurt. He got a little banged up, but nothing serious. So this girl takes off. Now, mind you, this is just a dine and dash. It's Applebee's. What did they run up a bill? Tops, you're thinking $60, $70 between the four of them. Go crazy, call it $100. This girl takes off down Route 3, hops on the New Jersey Turnpike with cops in pursuit. Now, here's how crazy this story gets. The girl's driving down the street. She's driving down the turnpike. One of the cop cars smashes into a civilian car. Bang! He's out of the chase. His car gets banged up. The car he hits gets banged up. I don't believe anybody got hurt. The story didn't report anybody getting hurt. This girl's still going. Cops still in pursuit. Now there's down to one cop car. I think the other cop car pulled over to make sure the other cop was okay. And this cop car's in pursuit down the turnpike after this girl. She gets off the turnpike, apparently beats the toll. I hope she had Easy Pass at least. Gets on the, I still got Paul Veneer sending me friggin', just popping up all over the place, sending me videos. Way to go, Paul. I'm only on my show, Paul. He goes, so the cop is chasing this girl. She gets on the 280. She's driving down 280, gets off in Kearney, plows head first into an oncoming car. Head first into an oncoming car. This didn't stop this girl. She's flying down the road. The cop's still chasing her. Finally, she comes up to a dead-end street, got herself cornered into a dead-end street, and came up to a wall, and that's when she stopped and got arrested. Now, everybody else, the girl in the passenger seat, the kid who all the patrons cost, all the people at Applebee's caught, and the kid they found wandering around in the Applebee's parking lot. And I got Dave Hodge sending me the same thing. I'm noticing a conspiracy with these guys. So, right, so now the cop catches them. Everybody else is going to get theft of services. 3 of them got charged with theft of services, which basically means you dined and dashed, pay Applebee's, and go home. This other girl, 19 years old, got aggravated assault, like attempted murder, everything else, leaving the scene of 14 accidents, all this stuff. This girl is going to go away for 20 years for like an $80 dine and dash deal. Out and out hysterical, just because, and it's only hysterical because thank God the cops didn't get hurt. But this girl has got to be one of the dumbest human beings on the planet. How dumb can you possibly be that from a dine and dash, something as simple as, hey, just go pay the bill and stop being jerks, to you're facing 20 some odd years in prison? Good for you, honey. You're a winner. Somebody better hook up with her quick. Okay, we're gonna go to another video that I saw on the internet this week, and I'm sure everybody saw it because it went viral, and I can't stop laughing at this video. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. This alleged transgender dude, who's wore a wig. Quite frankly, he could be Swedish. He looks like the guy from the Men at Work videos. And he comes in with a purse into a video store, and he's all mad because I don't know. I don't know why. Something is bothering him, and the kid behind the counter just keeps calling him sir. And he's really upset that he's being called sir and not ma'am. And he's screaming like a banshee, threatening to beat the kid up. because he's calling him sir. Now, I hate to be the one to tell you, but if you want to be called ma'am, you shouldn't be threatening. This guy is filled with a ton of testosterone, screaming at the kid, telling me I'll take you outside and show you who's a sir. Dude, you're a sir. In fact, he's nice calling you sir. You're a dude. Just because you throw on a wig and are carrying a purse doesn't make you a chick. I couldn't stop laughing at the video because that dude was major jacked, screaming like a lunatic, yelling at everybody. And it's like, dude, there's nothing feminine about you. There's nothing that suggests that you're a man. Other than you have hair. I've had longer hair than you had, dude. Come on. Your hair wasn't even down to your shoulders. And then you're yelling at this kid he's some 60-year-old kid working in GameStop. You think he cares what you want to be called? And I'm calling corporate. I'll take you outside. You're going to beat up a 60-year-old kid who works at GameStop? He's sitting there going, I'm getting paid like minimum wage. I'm only here because my parents are making me work. Can you please just leave the store and leave me alone? I was dying laughing looking at this video. If you haven't seen the video, go look at it because that dude is more manly than anybody that I've ever met. The guy was total. Oh, come on. I have better looking tits than he did, Dave. And you know it. Hey, Jonesy in the house. What's going on, Jonesy? Darlene, Tommy, what's going on? Dave, that video was funny as hell. Which wacko are you referring to? The dude in GameStop or Jonesy? You got to be more specific when you say F that wacko, Dave. Oh. All right, we're gonna go to the next story because I'm loving these stories this week. There was a drunk Russian chick who went ballistic and stabbed her boyfriend 13 times. He was acting like a bitch, Dave. This drunk Russian girl stabbed her boyfriend 13 times, and he was fortunate enough to get away from her. So now this is in Russia, so I don't really know what their laws are, but apparently it's okay to stab your boyfriend 13 times. You just can't go 14. So he lives, apparently, allegedly, they go to court. This girl gets arrested. She goes to court. She goes on trial. Apparently, she's going to be sentenced. The prosecutor's looking for like 6 years or something like that. She's definitely a keeper, Dave, because let me tell you something. Right there at the trial, before the judge was going to sentence her, the boyfriend who she stabbed got down on one knee and proposed marriage to her. And then got up and begged the judge not to throw her in jail because he wanted to marry her. And this judge goes, let's just postpone the sentencing until we work all this out. This dude actually was so thrilled that this girl tried stabbing him to death that he got down on one knee and proposed to her. In the courtroom just before she got sentenced. I can't wait to see how this turns out. I want to be at the wedding when she picks up a Louisville Slugger and starts swinging for the fences at this guy's head. He has got to be out of his marbles. This girl was trying to kill him. Loving pain is one thing, Darlene. This is well beyond loving pain. This is loving death because this girl was trying to kill him. And she had the nerve to say, oh, I wasn't trying to kill him. You weren't trying to kill him. You stabbed him 13 times, and the only reason you stopped is because he got away. You weren't trying to kill him. What were you trying to do, get his attention? You had his attention. I think after you stabbed him once, he said, what the hell's going on? Might have been a prison pen pal, except they weren't. She wasn't in prison before, as far as I know. Should be a prison pen pal now. He should go to the loony bin, and she should go away into prison, because I don't mind a girl being wacky, but there's a difference between being wacky and trying to stab me to death. Oh, look at that. Steve is under the impression that his wife Darlene is trying to kill him. At least the dogs are. So I don't know who's crazy. Is Darlene trying to kill Steve, or is Steve turning into David Berkowitz because he's talking to his dogs? Or are the dogs talking to you, right? Apparently they're talking to you because they think your wife is trying to kill you. Let's, you're not a mailman by any chance, are you, Steve? I know you take photos in that, but I'm just wondering if you're carrying around a mail thing or not. I'm just curious. You know, because sometimes people who carry around mail bags tend to be a little kooky. Well, I've been stalling on a story that I love to pieces. Well, and I'm going to keep stalling on it. Just for a few more minutes, see if the Ventosos pop in or not. I sent them a message telling them I was doing this story because they know the person I'm talking about, and I'm not going to bring up the person's name because I know them. But we're going to instead of doing that, we're going to I'm going to jump off the stories for a minute, and I'm going to plug my club because hey, somebody has to plug the Alpha Comedy Club, and it might as well be me. Where are we? Oh, here we are. February 16th. We're going to be located inside of, for those of you who don't know, we're going to be located inside of, Steve, I can't wait to hear your mailman story. And I hope it's a David Berkowitz story. Where was I? Oh, yeah, February the 16th, we have, the Alpha Comedy Club is opening up. I got a logo set up. They're making a sign for us. I'm working on sound equipment. I got to get down to John Conti's. I'm going to be swamped the next couple of weekends. But John is, we're talking about a sound system. I think he's got everything I'm going to need as far as that. But honestly, I got to come up with the money to pay him because everything is costing me twice as much as I thought it was going to cost. But it's fine, and we will be ready. But anyway, February the 16th, I got a great lineup for you. I want everybody to come out. Get your tickets early because I already got everyone beating down my door for tickets. You can get them at Eventbrite.com. Go to Eventbrite.com, and they're $12 in advance off Eventbrite. Just look for the Alpha Comedy Club, and it'll bring you right to the first show, which is February the 16th. They're $12 online. It's like $13 and change after Eventbrite's done ripping you off. But that's still cheaper than at the door where they're going to be $15 the night of the show. We will be hosted by the great Dave Hodjanowski. I haven't told him yet, but he's going to host the evening. And we will have the very lovely and zany Randy Simon Lupo or Randy Simone Lupo. I always forget how to say her name. Why would I call you later and not call you Dave? I'd rather call you Dave. Dave has a system. Everybody has. I get a system too. It's not working though because I keep putting in the bets and I keep losing. But oh, you mean a sound system? Okay, we'll talk. Woohoo! Anyway, February 16th, I got Dave Hodjanowski, Randy Simone Lupo, Gina DiMaggio, and Pam DeButts, all on my very first show. Studded lineup. All these girls are phenomenal. Dave is phenomenal. I'm going to headline, and I am doing all new material. I'm not going to... Well, if I run out of material, I'll go into my old stuff. But, Rocco, thank you, buddy. I appreciate the best wishes. Dave has a funeral director? I didn't know Dave had a funeral director. Look at Dave, mic and speakers. I know you can't see it, Dave, but right now, under the table, I'm getting a hard on. Okay, I'm pounding. You just keep hearing a banging on the table. That's me. Rich Rez in the house. What's going on, Rich? Say hi to the little one. I know you're hanging out with her tonight. You're posting that online. But yeah, February the 16th, we got Dave Hodge hosted with Pam DeButch, Gina DiMaggio, and Randy Simone Lupo. I'm going to headline for the night because it's my club, and I get to headline for the first night. And then I'm going to avoid, after the first night, I'm really going to avoid performing in my own club if I can, if at all possible. I want to bring in, this is really what I want to do in this club. I want to open it up to good young comics who have talent, who don't get a lot of exposure. A lot of them are just coming up and just starting out, and I want to get them. I want to get these people some exposure. I want to get them a place to where they can come, they can pay. They don't have to bring people with them. Although it would be great if they all promote it. I would love for them all to promote the show, but I'm not going to require them to bring people, and they're all going to be paid for their time because I am a firm believer that talent deserves credit. And talent does deserve credit. Mike Cesarak in the house. What's going on there, Mike? So that's my opening show. I do have talented friends, Dave. I'm not going to lie to you. We got a ton of talented friends. You're on the first show. You're also on the show March the 2nd because I desperately need your help because my buddy Mike Cesarik hooked me up with the Lodi Little League, and I'll be performing for them on March the 2nd. So I'm going to need Dave to kick the show off and make sure it's running just right. And once I get off, I'm going to be done with them about 9 o'clock so he can kick the show off. I'll have it all set up for him, and I'll come in. But February the 16th, Dave Hodjanowski, Pam DeButch, Gina DiMaggio, Randy Simone Lupo, and myself. February the 23rd, the following weekend, if you can't make it out, she was in the room earlier checking in, the great Janet Riesenberg, along with Johnny Hollywood, Robert Field, Carlo Balerio, the Wild Thing himself, and Paul Field. No Filter Paul from O&A. That's going to be my second show. The talent is just going to get better and better as it goes on, and these guys are awesome. My first two shows are going to be jam-packed with stars. Well, unknown stars, so they're not really stars, but they're stars of my mind. Cry out loud. They're all going to be top notch, and I want to thank my buddy Brian Flynn for allowing me to use his place, Jim Dandies, to run these shows and to get this out here and get it started. And I think once it gets started and people start hearing about it, the place is really going to take off. And I got to say that the more people who come out to these shows, the better it's going to be. So, it's going to be better for everybody because I'm going to be able to keep getting talent, keep getting these people to come out and hopefully everybody makes hopefully it's just going to make a big impression after the first few weeks, and then the place will people will keep coming out. And as long as people keep coming out, I will have a place to showcase all these talented people, and they're going to make some money. I'll make some money. Everyone will make some money, which is, always a great thing, but people are going to be able to come out, have a great time. Comedians are going to be able to come out and show everybody how great they are. And eventually down the line, I want to start booking more well-known comics, like bigger names. I can't wait to get guys like Craig Lloydgren, Paul Veneer, Gerald Benford, Stephen Buda, Mike Sicoli, Kevin Israel. I mean, all these guys are just some of the top talented guys here in New Jersey. And I really hope to be able to get them to come in and start bringing in more talented comics. This way I can put some of these lesser-known guys on there with the bigger names, and the shows can really blow up, and they get these kids can get some exposure. And that's really what I'm looking for. I'm looking to help up-and-coming comics who just have a ton of talent, and I hope I can make all this work, not just for me, but for them. And enough of kissing my own ass. I've waited a half hour for the Ventosas. I haven't seen them, so I have to get into this. I have to get into this story because it is too phenomenal not to bring up. Now, about a little over a year ago, a friend of ours, in fact, it was just as excuse me, it was just as Donald Trump made his famous State of the Union address, where he said he wants the best of the immigrants to stay. He wants the illegals to go, all that. If you're not contributing to the country, you need to go. And he made that speech. And whatever you feel about his speech doesn't really pertain to what I'm talking about here, so don't bring it up. But what he what he said, he wants the best. Now, we have a friend. I have a friend, the Ventosas know her. We won't bring up her name on the air, but the story is hysterically funny. She had to check in because she was here on a visa, I think, or a green card or something like that. She was married. She got a kid. The kid's all grown up. She got in trouble with the police several years ago, went to jail, did her time, came out. Then recently she got a drunk driving. She had a drunk driving problem, and this was 10 years after she was out of jail. She got pulled over for a drunk driving. She gave the cop some lip. She shouldn't have been driving. So she got in all kinds of trouble for that. But she still had to report to immigration. Once every 2 weeks, she had to go in, sign in, tell them what she was doing, how she was finding work, or whatever was going on. She goes in one day. They pull her in the back. They throw her on a plane. They deport her back to Italy. She gets to Italy. She's in Italy for a month or so, gets herself over to Canada, sets herself up in Canada. Now, she's been trying to get back into the U.S. ever since she heard about this. So she's in a panic. She wants to get back home, see her daughter, her husband, everything else. Again, her daughter's grown, 19, 20 years old, however old her daughter is. And she's trying to get back in. She gets lawyers, everything else. She's telling everybody, I'll be back in 6 months. They're not going to keep me out. I'll be back. I'll be back. So originally she goes to lawyers. They said, listen, at most it's going to be like 10 years to get you back in, but we should be able to get you in 6, whatever. Recently she goes to court, whatever it is, to get back in. The estimated time of arrival back into the United States for her, when she will be eligible to come back, is 20 years. 20 years, they told her, we will see you in 20 years. She's never coming back. She's in Canada. She's Canadian. I hope she can ice skate. I hope she likes polar bears. She's a person who likes the beach, always likes hanging out down there. Whatever the case may be, she thought at most it would be 10 years. They doubled it to 20. She's never coming back into the country. She was deported off to Italy. Italy didn't want her. They had to take her. She's one of their citizens. And they sent her, she went to Canada, and it looks like the Canadians are going to have to deal with her. Not 20 additional, it's 20 total. So 20 years, our age, she'll be in her 70s by the time she can come back to the United States, or be just around pushing her 70s before they let her back in this country. And it might even be longer than that. Hey, Gene Piero just joined. What's going on? Hey, wait, Gene's over there. Aren't you engineering?
Doing a watch party.
Doing a watch party. That's nice. That's nice, doing a watch party for me. Why don't you go pull the plug out of the wall for me again, like you did before? That was fun. Just we're about to go on air. Oh, here, look, this wire's loose. Rip it out of the wall. Oh, sorry, we're all down. We lost all power. Everything's gone. Hey, good news. Here's some more good news. I don't want to be the bearer of all bad news. We're just about set up next month. We will be in Hamilton Radio will be in our brand new studios, state-of-the-art studios, with one provision. The one provision is,
Say it, don't say it.
oh, I'm saying it.
Don't say it.
The one provision is that in the new studio, they're supposed to split it up into 3 nice-sized big studios. We just need Ruben to build the floors and the walls. Now, anyone who's been to our studio and seen Ruben's work outside knows that there's no way in hell we are going to get floors and walls in the new studio. There's no chance that Ruben is going to get all that built. We have insulation and floorboards ripped up in the other room now for the 2 full years that we've been in the studio. He started ripping them up on day 1, and nothing has gotten accomplished. The Sawzall moves once in a while. Occasionally someone throws a bat of insulation across the floor, but there is no insulation laid out. There's ripped up wood. I have to take pictures. I should literally take pictures of what the other room looks like for people who haven't seen it and show everybody what it looks like. I was informed tonight, sometime next month, allegedly in February, we will be in the new studio where there should be 3 studios set up just for the radio shows. As soon as Ruben builds the floor, he has to finish the floors and put up the walls. My over-under on that happening is 8 years. If Ruben is building it, I'm taking bets right now. It's New Jersey. It's legal to bet now on sports. So we're going to make this a sport bet. The over-under on Ruben getting that done is 8 years. If someone else does it, all bets are off. But if just Ruben is working on that, I'm putting an over and under on 8 years. Right now, I'm telling you, I am taking the over. I'm taking over 8 years for 1 carpeting to be laid down and 3 walls to be built. Over under 8 years. Anybody wants to put in a bet, let me know, because that'll be fantastic. So, back to more nonsense. Like we have any more nonsense than this. We have our infamous once a week alpha male, alpha female. I got to find a better way to work this into the show. It always seems like it's breaking up in the middle of a story, and that I'm starting to wind down the show. I mean, granted, I got 20 minutes left, 10 minutes, 5 minutes for the alpha male and female, and we're reading the plugs. Maybe do a review and plug my club a little because I'm an anal lunatic. But anyway, we're going to see how we can work this in. Maybe I'll do it at the beginning of the show from now on. But alpha female of the week this week, the lovely Hello Dolly herself, Carol Channing, passed away at 97 years old. What a great talent she was for her day. She was, she was famous for the Hello Dolly thing. She was in a lot of different shows and stuff like that. But most of us should remember Carol Channing. 97 years young, she passed away. I don't really know why she passed away, other than the fact she was 97 and it was about time. So, alpha female of the week, Carol Channing. Alpha male of the week. Did some research on where to go with this at a couple of different spots, but I'm gonna go with the national champ. Going with the national champ here, the quarterback for the Clemson Tigers, Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence had himself a heck of a game, a heck of a year. Went to the White House, got served burgers. Some people said some stuff. Some people put up a meme that he said all these things about being a blue-collar burger and all that stuff. He didn't say any of that stuff. He came out and said he didn't. He did come out and say, you know what, the trip to the White House was awesome. I applaud the kids for going. So many times people are going, oh, I'm not going to support the president and go to the White House. You know what? If you get a chance to go to the White House, I wasn't a fan of Obama. If he invited me to the White House, I was going. Okay? It's the White House, people. And you know what? These kids all went there, whether they enjoyed the food, didn't enjoy the food. I'm sure they did. It's a Big Mac. Who doesn't enjoy a McDonald's burger now and again? But this kid went in. He stood positive. He came out. He said, I didn't say anything in these memes. I don't know where they got it from. He goes, but the trip to the White House was awesome. He had a good time. That's all you need to know. He didn't politicalize it. He didn't take a side. He just came out, said it was awesome. This is an awesome kid. He's got a couple more years before he can be eligible to come to the NFL. And if he's this good now, I'm looking forward to seeing what he does when he does make it to the NFL, because this kid is going to be something special in the league. He wins. And since he's 19, he's actually eligible to be Alpha Male of the Week, because you have to be a minimum of 18 years old and not a politician. It's the only two criteria I have. And he fits both of them. He's not a politician, and he's 19 years old. So he might be the youngest alpha so far, but God bless Trevor Lawrence, and can't wait to watch him play for the next couple of years. Now let's get started rolling on the plugs. And, of course, I'm going to chime in with the Alpha Comedy Club several times. But let's start with Josie's Pizzeria, located at 228 Stuyvesant Ave, Lyndhurst, New Jersey. Give them a call, 201-933-1966. I really have no voice left. This is pathetic. I hate this weather. This weather is for the birds. Anyway, go to Josie's Pizzeria, pick up some pizza, pick up some pasta, pick up anything Italian. Plus, they got chicken parm, veal parm, all kinds of stuff. Bradley, I can't even read that. Bradley Boak. I can't even see that for God. My eyes are shot. Might be the heat. Somebody died last night at 93, but he's not Trevor Lawrence, so I'm not worried about it. We'll comment on that next week. Allegedly there, Steve, when I have time to look it up and see who he is. Also, Jen Garrett. Jen last week won Alpha Female of the Week because she's just she's the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. I love Jen Garrett to death. She takes care of all these great animals. She gives them a home. She nurses them back to health. If you want to donate and help her out, Jen Garrett at rockandmail.com. Also, they were here earlier, my buddies at the North Jersey Alliance Football Club. Marco Ramirez was here sending his love. I love Marco. I love everybody on that team. Go to their Facebook page, give it a follow. Go to their website, buy some of their gear. It's you can't beat it. Best stuff on earth. If you need to travel and come here to New Jersey to watch North Jersey Alliance Football Club play, give Mary Rose McGivern a call, 412-901-8420. She's just the best around. Hey, Gene, did you ever contact Mary Rose? I know I tagged you in a post.
I never got her number. I got to look for it.
It's 412-901-8420. I plug it on every show.
I got to write it down. All right. I will call her.
He's never calling her. That's the way. It's not that Gene doesn't want to call her. Gene's very forgetful because he has two daughters and a wife who nag him and chirp and peck at his head all day. And once they start pecking at his head, all kinds of information just falls out the other side. So he doesn't remember a thing. So I will have to call Mary Rose pretty soon when I pay off my my cruise, and I will remind her to call Gene. And then when she calls Gene, Gene will be like, "Who are you? I'm sorry, I can't remember who you are because these girls are just pecking at my head." Hey, Jeffrey Paul in the house. What's going on there, Mr. Paul? Good to see you, sir. FanCentro /CynthiaTaser.com. That's Tazer. Cynthia Taser. FanCentro, CENTRO /CynthiaTaser.com. Check out Cynthia. She's a lovely lady. I'll be honest, I just found out by complete accident, I think it was. I found out her age this week, and I was floored. There's no way this girl is a day over 24, 25 years old. She is just sexy. She is gorgeous. I'm not going to say her age because you don't give away a girl's age. That's a good way to get a beating, and I would deserve it. And honestly, I would welcome a beating from her. But my live video, for some reason, was interrupted. Gene?
Really?
Yes. Is that you?
No, I didn't do anything.
Well, Gene, you got to run it again. I don't know. Hey, we're back. That was weird.
That is weird.
And we're having all kinds of show issues here. Well, looks like we're back in normal. If anyone's there, say hello. That was weird. Live video was interrupted. Might have been the government. It might have been the government, or it might have been another travel agent trying to block Mary Rose McGivern's plug. Could have been either one. But just to show you, I'm not all about me. I'm not all about my comedy club. If you're in Atlantic City, any night of the week, go to AC Comedy Club. Get your tickets at acjokes.com. Just, go in, check it out. If you're in Atlantic City. Otherwise, if you're not in Atlantic City and you shouldn't be on a Saturday night is for the Alpha Comedy Club, starting February the 26th. No, bad. See, I'm so screwed up. We are starting February 16th, not February 26th. Every Saturday night, we will be running February 16th, February 23rd, or every Saturday through March, April, May. It's going to be running every week. Alpha Comedy Club. The initial show is going to be my buddy Dave Hodjanowski, Pam DeButts, Gina DiMaggio, Randy Simone Lupo, and myself. February 23rd, Johnny Hollywood, Janet Riesenberg, Robert Field, Carlo Wild Thing Bellario, and No Filter Paul Field. No Filter Paul. They're the first two shows. Tickets are on sale for February 16th. Go to eventbrite.com, Alpha Comedy Club. Get tickets, get them fast because we're already starting to sell them. It's going to be a sold-out packed show. People are coming. I can't wait. They're $12 Eventbrite. They're going to be $15 at the door tonight of the show. Also, we're going to be selling them. We'll be selling at location, which is all week long, Jim Dandy's in Rutherford, New Jersey, 102 Park Avenue. Just go in there, grab something to eat. The food is incredible. Great barbecue stuff. The wings are out of this world. The ribs are amazing. Their burgers are great. All their food is awesome. So check that place out. But in the meantime, you can go to the Alpha Comedy Club every Saturday night. And what the hell note is that? Oh, I'm just putting notes down. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. But, yeah, every Saturday night, come out to the Alpha Comedy Club. My boy Jeffrey Paul will be on there on March the 30th. We got all kinds of great comics coming up. So definitely come check us out one week. We're going to work on a website. If someone could build, anyone knows how to build a website, by all means, reach out to me. If you build a website, I can use one this way. I don't have to go through Eventbrite, and I can just sell tickets right off the website. Also, I can post everything. I can post all the shows and who's coming, who's going when, and it's a lot easier if I could post all the upcoming events coming and who's booked and when. Anyway, that's That's that Uncomfortably Funny podcast from 7 to 9 Monday nights. Check it out with Dave Hodjanowski, Anthony Ennis, and Shay Farrell. They are all brought to you from Pet Cemetery Studios on Monday nights. I believe Pet Cemetery Studios is moving soon. I don't know if they are officially moved or if they're moved yet, but it's coming close. But they will be moved shortly. And they will be in a new studio, bigger and better. But it will still be named Pet Cemetery Studios, off Dave's weird dead dog that looked like a boomerang. If you've never seen it, oh, Steve knew Bradley Poe. I heard that he was Chumley the Walrus on Tennessee Tuxedo. I remember that. I saw something about that, him dying. I didn't realize he was Chumley the Walrus, though. That's a little before my time, but I still remember watching it with my brother when I was really small. My brother's a little older than me. Hopefully he'll be at the opening of the club because my brother always tells me, he always asks, he goes to me, he goes, you should do more family comedy. You should do more comedy about our family. And then I do more comedy about our family, which happens to include him. And he goes, well, that's not what I meant when I said do family. I hate to be the one to tell my brother, but he's definitely probably the funniest thing in the family. I love him. He's a great guy, nicest guy in the world, but he's definitely the funniest thing in the family. I got all new material on him. And not just him. I got some other material. I'm gonna branch out and rip apart some of the rest of the family. But I'm gonna try and get away from the normal stuff that I normally do, just to try and, well, it's my club. I can pretty much do whatever I want. But I want to get away from some of the other stuff I used to do, and not that I'm not gonna, definitely still gonna do that stuff. But I'm going to branch out and try and be a little bit more diverse as a comedian, if you will. So that's where that's at. Everybody, next week I'm going to work on, and this is going to be one of the things I'm going to work on for the show next week. I'm going to try and get the logo for the comedy club. We have a banner being made up. I'm going to try and get the logo for the comedy club on the TV in front of me instead of the window sign. So I'm going to send the picture over to, I'm going to send the photo of it over to Gene and have him put it up on the TV instead of this Windows design that's on the front. Hey, Monty Mason's in the house. I gotta remember to reach out to Monty. Monty's a talented comic and all that. And now that I'm just looking at it, I realize that. And it wasn't from a lack of thinking of Monty. It's just there were so many comics that I reached out to that I just didn't get around to everybody I wanted to reach out to. So if you're out there and you're wondering, oh, I haven't heard from Ed, there are guys I want to reach out to that I'm still going to reach out to that I haven't. I'm just looking at the list of guys I've Donna Nix in the house. What's going on, Donna? I'm looking at the list of comics that I have, and there's so much talent here. But I realized I didn't reach out to guys like John Kulik, Monty Mason. There were a couple others that were just on my lips. John Kushner. There's so many people I want to reach out to still. Christy Miller. There's tons of them. There's so many great comics out there that are just dying to get into my club. I don't know how I'm going to fit them all in. Just one after the other, but I will get to you. I definitely will reach out to you and try and get you a date. I've had a lot of people reach out to me, so if you want to get booked a little quicker, it's not. I want to tell you guys, if I met you, if I know you, and I've worked with you before, I definitely want to reach out to you and get you into my club. It's just, I'm just getting everything started up and rolling. So if you guys reach out to me on Facebook or through Twitter, or call me up through my number if you have it. You know, certain guys will definitely. I try and remember everybody. Some guys I forget. Some guys have reached out to me. There was a guy who called me today. I had no idea who he was. He asked me about booking. I told him to send me a video, and I don't think he thought I think he kind of got the idea that I was blowing him off, and I wasn't. I was in the middle of 100 things. So what I did today is, before I started my show, I had a few minutes. I looked him up on Facebook. I reached out to him. I asked him to send me a video, which he did. I'll watch it later on tonight. I'll get in touch with him tomorrow or the next day. It's just, there's so much going on just to get the club started. I don't want anyone to think I'm leaving you out or forgetting who you are or not thinking about you. Trust me, if I worked with you, we're friends, I'm definitely thinking about you. I definitely want to get you out to the club. I want to get you out as soon as I can. But again, I can't. I don't have time to reach out to everybody, and I'm doing my best to get everybody in. Monty Mason, like I said, is definitely a name I want performing at my club. He's a funny dude. He's a good guy. John Kushner, I can't wait to reach out to him and get him into my club. Another great guy. I just love his talent. I love his energy on the. And again, there's talented guys who, and I don't want to say I can't afford certain guys just yet. It's not so much a money issue, but I'm a firm believer that talent deserves credit. Talent deserves, and they don't just deserve to say, hey, you did a good job. You have talent, you should be paid for your talent. Every comedian should be paid for their talent. Musicians should be paid for your talent. Clubs are making money, okay? They're not going broke. Now, I get it. You got a lot of money. You got a lot of bills to put out. But I think clubs can still pay comics to come out and showcase their talent. And that's what I want to try and do here. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to bust my butt trying to make it work. But there's certain guys that have been at the craft longer, who have more, have gotten further because they're funny dudes, or they're funny women. And these are people, I want to bring them into the club, and I want to get guys like my boy Dave Hodge or Pam DeButz or Kurt Zimmerman, Mike Morse is coming out, Scott Brennan. I want these guys opening up for some of the top comics around. And in order to do that, I got to build up the club first, make sure we have a following, make sure people are coming. It's going to be a long process, people, but I promise you I'm going to bust my butt trying to get this done. So comics, if I'm booking you on my show, by all means, please promote the club, promote the shows you're on. The more successful this club is, the more the more I can share it with all you guys, and that's what I want to do. So whatever we can do to make this work, it's I want everyone to feel like it's their club. I want them to come in. I want them to feel, hey, I can come here. I can perform, 4, 5, 6 times a year. Go up with some of the top comics in the area. It's really big. Another guy I haven't even had a chance to reach out to just popped in the room, my buddy Tim Eli. Tim Eli, talented comic, funny dude, great voice. Tawny Kitane's still fingering herself over his voice. Donna, thank you. I mean, honestly, what I'm doing here is, I think it's worth doing. I really do. I think the comics in the area deserve it. I think they've worked hard, and Donna, you probably have more talent than I do. I'll be honest with you. You dealt with John Kulik all them years. That's got to count for something. But a guy like Tim Eli, got to get him in my club. I do, and it's amazing how many guys I have booked, and I all these guys I have are talented comics. They're great guys, and there's only so much room and so many spots. I love your buddy John Kulik. Love your buddy Don. He's a great guy. And I can't wait to get John in my club. I want him in my club. I want them all. But it's going to take time, and I'll get everybody in. And I hope this club works out for the best, and I hope down the line we can start booking maybe two nights a week, and then maybe go 3 nights a week. Maybe get an open mic in there for up and coming comics. There's a bunch of stuff I want to do, but we're going to take it slow. We're going to do it right, and we're going to build this thing up. We're going to build it up slow, and we're going to do what we can to get this off the ground. So, I wish me the best of luck. But anyway, I got to get going. The show's just about over. Gene is falling asleep over there. He's nodding off. Last time he started to nod off and got bored, he pulled the plug on the whole show. So, everybody, I want to tell you thank you. I will see you again next Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. Next Thursday night, 8 to 9. I'm going to be, Monday night, I'm going to be on the Uncomfortably Funny podcast, 7 to 9. I'm going to be promoting the club there. I'm going to try and get into a couple of more shows here and see where I can get out and reach out to people. But anyway, everybody have a great week. I will see you all next Thursday night at 8 o'clock. Everybody have a great night. See you later.